Many new ball python breeders dream of one day visiting the KINOVA facility, and last weekend was their fall 2024 VIP Patreon open house. And during the event, they had a ton of networking opportunities. They did classes on things like photography and ultrasounding and shipping snakes. And they also did 2 different clutch cuttings. So for this week's video, we are going to be talking about our experience at the KINOVA event, and we are also going to be diving into what makes them the top tier of the ball python hobby. My name's Steven with Leviathan, and let's get to it.
I'm Justin Kabelka with KINOVA, and we're here today at the Patreon open house. This is for the VIP Patreon members for KINOVA. So we've been in business for 20 years, and for the first 16 years, visiting our facility was pretty much off limits. We had a closed facility, and it was just too hard to bring people in. But when we started our Patreon 4 years ago, we decided to make one of the perks of the Patreon, be able to come here, see all the animals in person, pick our brains in person, and honestly, the best part of it is they get to meet all of each other. So there's so much amazing networking. It's become a really interesting kind of high-end networking event, plus kind of a like brainstorming session, plus a learning session, and a mastermind for ball pythons right here at our facility every year.
Overall, I think that one of the best benefits of the KINOVA VIP Patreon open house is the networking potential. And it's not just networking with Justin and Summer and Chase and Molly and everybody else on the KINOVA team. The fact that there are so many absolutely amazing members of the community in the VIP tier for KINOVA's Patreon means that you are able to interact with some really big names in an environment that you don't get access to very often, because most of the time when you see them, they're out vending a show. So there were some really cool people there, like Antoine Hood of High Desert Pythons, there was Jason Kittinger, there was Bob Bledsoe, there was also lots of other people that were at the event that you just simply could talk to for hours and hours and hours and bounce ideas off of, work different collaborations with them, and overall it was just a great experience. So while we were there, I interviewed Molly, the newest member of the KINOVA team, for how she is liking working as their social media manager.
Yeah, so hey guys, I'm Molly from KINOVA, and I am the social media manager. Right here, we're in the special projects room. We're here for the Patreon open house. It's been great having you, Steven. Love for you to be here. Yeah, so I mean, I've known Justin for a long time. Chase has been working with Justin and been with KINOVA for a very long time. So definitely I was pretty familiar with most of it, but I think the thing that, I think that what I was prepared for was really just that, just the huge, like massive space and like all these snakes just boom, the rack system and everything. Like I felt like it was just like going and just like all this like fast paced movement and constantly going. And that was kind of what I was expecting. And, I think one thing that really surprised me with everything, being here now is, just the time and care that they like honestly take for the facility is incredible. Like, every person having their own like duties and everything, and how they split things up, and then, how they all kind of get involved when there's like really cool babies, and, whenever they're doing anything really cool, they all really kind of involve each other. And that was really cool for me to be able to see that. And now that I get to be involved in that and I get to be a part of that group, it's really awesome for me. Honestly, I think the most difficult thing is just like the sheer volume that we have and everything. Like there's so much content like to be made. It's kind of like you have so much content that you can do that it's like, what do you do? Like what do you choose? And there's so much to decide and go about and everything. So it's been challenging, but it's been really fun, like creatively for me. And that was something that was really important to me, is being able to express myself creatively with these things, like with the videos and ideas and everything. And it's been a great outlet. And honestly, you know what? I would say that is also what I'm surprised about. I think that surprised me the most is how much my creativity has really come out with video editing. You know, I didn't go to school for it, not professionally trained for it, but it was something that I've worked really hard for to really do better and continually grow and learn. And, you know, this environment is the perfect environment to do that. And it's been awesome to have the opportunity. And I think just what surprised me the most is how much I'm falling in love with the creative outlets of video editing and social media.
I really think that the team dynamic is one of the things that sets KINOVA apart from so many other people in the reptile industry. Most of the time, we have one, maybe 2 or 3 people working for a reptile business or as reptile breeders in any one entity. Maybe it's a married couple with an employee. But generally speaking, the people who are hired on to help as staff for reptile breeders tend to be more about the manual labor, dealing with maybe caring for rodents or cleaning snakes or things like this. But KINOVA has really invested in people who are experts at other areas of the business, such as marketing or sales or things like that. So we sat down and we were able to talk with Summer on the differences between KINOVA and a lot of the other reptile breeders in the industry.
Hey, I'm Summer. I am the sales manager and also the business manager of KINOVA, and today we are hosting our annual VIP patron open house. Honestly, I think it's a combination of things. You can't understate Justin himself and his brain and the way that he thinks about these animals. I think that is first and foremost what has led to KINOVA having the status that it does. But also we have a really great team here. There's, I think 4 or 5 people here every day that really put the time in to make sure that everything runs smoothly. We're very efficient, we're very clean. We make sure that we keep a lot of details and systems in place to make sure that everything runs smoothly and nobody really drops the ball. I definitely think there's tons of room in this industry for new people to come in and really make their mark. But I think that there is a little bit something special about when Justin started and the ability to come in at a simpler time when there weren't that many mutations and you could kind of grow alongside all of the amazing morphs and learn them that way. If you're just starting now, it's a huge learning curve. But if you're dedicated enough to put the time in to get over that curve, then I definitely think that really the sky's the limit with what you can do. To me, what's great about the Patreon is that it allows us to dive a lot deeper into topics that really just weren't suitable for YouTube. YouTube we have done for many, many years, and we love that platform, but it's a more general audience, it's more for entertainment, and we do have some educational stuff on there, but we can go so much deeper, so much nerdier into the nitty-gritty of the business, morphs, everything really that has made KINOVA what it is today, all the stuff that Justin has learned and Chase and I and everybody involved has learned throughout the years. We kind of just put it all out there and allow people to kind of look behind the scenes a little bit at what we do and ask the questions that they need to ask to hopefully get to the same place one day. So if you're able to get a VIP slot, there's only 100. It's usually full, but every now and then we have a couple open up. You get, honestly, a lot of stuff. You get weekly videos where we show Justin walking through the morph IDs for different clutches, so it helps you hone your eye for how to recognize different morphs and morph combos. We post clutch cuttings, so you get a little preview of what we're gonna hatch. Maybe that's something that you might want to purchase down the line. We put up VIP giveaways every week, so we give away 3 or 4 snakes, and every VIP has the chance to win 2 per year, so you have the opportunity to pick up some animals that we don't release elsewhere. And then we also have Q&A sessions monthly that we post, so you get to ask us all your questions and we answer on video. And then of course we have this amazing event once a year where you can really get together with all of the other VIPs, network, come in person, see everything hands-on. I think it's just a great event to connect with others and also grow your own skills. And I also forgot, I also forgot about the KINOVA University videos that we do, which are essentially an educational course that we've now had running for almost 4 years. So there's tons of backlog of episodes. They come out monthly, and it's basically Justin giving you kind of a college lecture on something to do with the industry, whether it's the business, breeding, kind of hot topics, what's going on. And it's just really great information.
I loved the event, but I think that the thing that I liked the most, beyond just simply getting to see all of our friends that we don't see in person very often, was being able to sit in on all of the different classes that they had, because I could clearly see how valuable it is to have people like Summer teaching photography to other reptile breeders, or Justin teaching his approach to IDing animals in different combos. And these classes, I think, are so valuable, way more so than a YouTube video or even Patreon content that tends to be behind the scenes and a bit more in depth. The fact that they were able to do these classes in person, and you could clearly see in person exactly what Justin is describing when he's talking about why an animal has yellow belly and why it doesn't, when you have so many other genes that are mixing up and combining in ways that you might not expect, is invaluable. This actually has inspired us for our Patreon, because we do a yearly meetup where we have a lot of different breeders who are all members of the Patreon come together, and last year we had a dinner at the Daytona National Reptile Breeder Expo. But I would love to do something that is more class focused, where we are able to intermix networking and content creation with classes that are super, super valuable, because I think that there are a lot of people who would really, really enjoy having an in-person panel talk about their approaches to building a brand new project from scratch in 2024, or having a panel that talks about the secrets to selling snakes, whether it is in person or online. We are in the very, very early planning stages of this right now, but I have contacted some event spaces, and hopefully we can figure out a place and a time that works for us to be able to do something more of like a breeder summit rather than just simply a dinner like we did last year for our Patreon meetup. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next week.